Hi, and welcome to another episode of Bespoke Architects Daily Pinup. I'm Nicole Walters, Director of Bespoke Architects, and I'm about to show you what inspiring architectural images made our Pinterest boards today. It was quite a small day of inspo, but that's not to say it wasn't great. Let us start with this great little kitchen island bench. It came in late today in my inbox, and it's an ad obviously for the manufacturer of these prefab kitchens. I just love the shininess of this stainless steel, and then these little relief timber door handles, the way it floats so elegantly above that kicker, and the way that the doors are seamless into that stainless steel. I guess that's one advantage of stainless steel as a material over top of the timbers and that sort of thing. You get this really thin shadow line in the doors and really seamless sort of integration with the doors and the paneling. So that was a really beautiful kitchen, and that's why that one is on the Pinterest board today. I also like the way they'd sort of mixed it up with the newer sort of contemporary stainless, and then this older sort of storage cupboard at the back there. I thought that was really nice integration. Moving on, this cultural hall, that's just a stunning photo in itself, and that alone is inspiring enough. However, I did pin it on our landscape elements board, and I put it on water features because I just thought that shallow reflection pond, I mean, how stunning is it in this image just on dusk there where we're lit, and it just looks amazing. So it's on the inspo board because of that water feature there at the front. And then the same image, I just really liked the layering that they've achieved with these little cantilever roofs. I just felt that looked really light and refined detailing. And then the way that these window furnishings are screening the inside to the outside was really nice. So that's why that has made the board. This image here, I really liked the placement of the low-level windows. We can see that it's quite close to a solid structure adjoining us, and we've got a small landscape courtyard. I'm assuming this dark shadow line in that translucent material is in fact the top of whatever is next to us. So the choice to put the window low and catch this foliage was lovely and interesting. So it's not at your eye level when you're walking down this passage, it's more sort of, the lower portion of your body and looking at the beautiful landscaping rather than sort of at eye level and looking at the wall or potentially whatever is above that. So I really liked that. I pinned this image here for that staircase. It's the choice to do it in timber and to make the risers solid, so it's a really solid element, and then the really lightweight glass with the timber handrail sitting on top. It's effortless and beautiful, and so that's why that is on the stair board today. This stair is quite contrasting to the above image. It sort of meanders around and down. It has no real definitive structure. It just sort of have treads that sort of winding in and around in this more organic shape. I really liked the balustrade on this. It's more vastly solid compared to the glass up here. There is no handrail as such. It's just the balustrade and then the use of materials. So that one made the board, I guess, as a point of difference. I pinned this image of this house up here where we pinned the stairs and this hallway for the roof line. I just really like the asymmetry of that, the way it's got one really long section of gable and then the other side is 2/3, and we see this horizontal line protruding out past that. I thought that was really, really interesting. This little gallery, it was just the simplicity of that wall-mounted concrete sink, really, and then the choice to store hand towels underneath. It's just beautiful. I really liked this little project and the way that these little cubes are almost perfect parapet structures. I really enjoyed that with the timber doors. This image here, it was more pinned for that door. We can see the architrave is double the width of that door, so it's obviously a sliding panel that then slides back to this architrave, and I just really liked, I guess, the way that it was a bigger frame for a smaller door. It sort of creates negative and positive space within that frame itself. This image here, it was about the doors, the really heavy leaf doors, and then the choice to leave a central mullion between each leaf that's open. So we have a series of doors that open from inside to outside, but then we can see this structure in between. So it's not a clear opening like you'd get from French doors, for example. There is a piece of structure in between. And that's so contrasting to things I was showing yesterday. Obviously, that's carrying some of that roof weight down to the ground at all those instances. That's why they don't have giant ones in between or something bigger back from that window line. That frame is actually doing some structural heavy lifting. This image here, it was the materials. I just really liked the way that they've used the bricks as both flat and three-dimensional. Again, and contrasting with the sort of flat rendered wall below, and then balancing. I mean, it lines up beautifully with this solid white panel wall that we can see to the right. We've got a lower black wall to the left that sits underneath, and just the way this structure in the middle ties those two things together, I thought was beautiful. And then finally today, this little folly, it's on our Landscape Elements folly board. I just really liked the quirkiness, the way it sort of lands on the landscape. It's not sort of your normal footings. It does do something a bit interesting. And the material palette of it and the way it sort of flicks up here at the end. And then this is another view of it, and it's got that sort of central chimney and then sort of spreads out from that. I just thought it was a cute little shape to build in your garden. If you've got the luxury of space, it may be something you would consider for a working from home situation. But that is all the images from around the web today. I did forget to put up the Bespoke House 4 image yesterday, so I apologize. I have loaded up more images from that project to start dropping into my feed as bookmarks moving on from tonight. So thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Bespoke Architects Daily Pinup. I look forward to seeing you and all the inspiring things from around the internet tomorrow. Until then, take care. Thanks. Bye.